Right now, as you watch this, your phone is running two operating systems simultaneously. You know one of them, Android, iOS. You installed apps on it, you customized it, you think you control it. But the second one, you've never seen it. You can't access it. You can't turn it off. And it was running before your phone even finished booting. It has its own processor, its own memory, its own network connection. And here's what nobody tells you. It has higher privileges than your entire operating system. What you think you own. When you buy a smartphone, you're sold a specific idea, your device, your data, your control. And on the surface, that's true. You choose your apps, you set your permissions, you can factory reset everything and start fresh. But that reset, it only touches one layer. To understand why, we need to go back to how modern smartphones are actually built. Because they're not one computer, they're multiple computers stacked inside a single piece of glass and aluminum. Most people know about the application processor. That's the main chip running your OS. The Snapdragon, the A-series chip, whatever powers your device. But sitting right next to it, on the same circuit board, is a completely separate processor. It's called the baseband processor, and it has one job: managing every radio signal your phone sends and receives. Calls, texts, mobile data, all of it passes through here. Here's where it gets interesting. This processor doesn't run Android. It doesn't run iOS. It runs its own proprietary operating system, usually a real-time OS, something like RTOS or Nucleus RTOS. That was written by the chip manufacturer, not Apple, not Google. Qualcomm writes it, MediaTek writes it, and once it's flashed onto the chip, you don't touch it. The architecture nobody explains. So why does this exist? Because radio communication is a precise, time-critical operation. When your phone connects to a cell tower, it's exchanging signals in microsecond windows. There's no room for the lag that comes with a general-purpose OS. The baseband needs to react faster than Android or iOS ever could, so it operates independently in real time underneath everything you see. But here's the part that should make you pause. On many devices, the baseband processor has direct memory access to the application processor, meaning it can read and write to the same memory your OS uses. It doesn't need your permission. It doesn't trigger a notification. It just has access by design. And it's not just the baseband. Some devices, particularly Intel-based systems, but the architecture exists in mobile too, have what's called a management engine, a separate microcontroller running independently with access to the network stack, even when the device appears to be off. Security researchers have been raising flags about this for over a decade. In 2017, Google actually tried to disable the Intel ME on some Chromebooks and found they couldn't fully turn it off. Parts of it kept running regardless. Your OS doesn't control these layers. It coexists with them. What this actually means. Now let's be precise here, because this is where most coverage gets sensationalized. Does this mean someone is actively spying on you through your baseband right now? Almost certainly not. But that's not really the right question. The right question is, could they? In 2021, security researchers at Google Project Zero published a detailed analysis of Samsung's baseband firmware. They found multiple critical vulnerabilities, bugs that could allow remote code execution through the baseband without any interaction from the user. No click, no app install, just a phone number and the right exploit. These vulnerabilities were patched, but the researchers were clear. They found them because they went looking. The baseband is largely a black box, even to the security community, because the firmware is proprietary. The source code isn't public. Independent researchers can't audit it the way they can audit Android or iOS. And this matters, because your baseband is always on. Even in airplane mode, the processor is still running. It's managing the hardware, waiting for the radio to come back online. There is a layer of your phone that never sleeps, that you cannot inspect, and that has privileges above your operating system. That's not speculation, that's the architecture. Where this goes next. The real question isn't whether your phone has a second OS. It does. Every smartphone on Earth does. The question is, as these hidden layers get more powerful, more connected, more integrated, who decides what they're allowed to do? Right now, that answer isn't you. And it probably isn't your phone manufacturer either. It's a handful of chip companies writing firmware in private. that most people have never heard of. Think about that next time you assume your phone is off. If you thought you owned your device after watching this, you might want to reconsider what ownership actually means in 2026. The specs on the box tell you the processor speed, the camera megapixels, the battery size. They don't tell you about the other system running underneath all of it, beyond specs. Like, subscribe, and comment for more tech facts.